Hey guys, welcome to Montana Shed Center in Ogden. My name is Jared. I wanted to do another short video today on our rent to own program. Stay tuned for more details. So rent to own, or RTO as it's called, can seem like a complicated process, but it's actually fairly simple and straightforward. I was hoping to make this video to add a little bit of clarity to how our process works so you would understand what to expect. So the rent to own program, or RTO, is considered a temporary lease. The reason being is because your lease will renew halfway through the month, so you're only paying month to month, very similar to a car rental. As a matter of fact, that's the best way to think about it. So halfway through the month, it's going to renew for the next month. Now, at any point in time, if you don't want your shed anymore, because it's considered short term, you could simply contact the shed company and say, hey, I don't want to keep paying for the shed. I don't want it anymore. Please come get it. You would stop paying, you wouldn't pay anymore, and then we would come get it and take it back to our lot. The IRS actually makes us show proof that a certain percentage of these sheds come back to us. So that is why there's no credit checks. That is why there's no pulling of your credit, because it's considered short term. As far as what details we would need from you, we would need a reference, we'd need a copy of your driver's license, and we'd also need a little bit more information based on if you rent or if you own. And after that, the process takes about 10 minutes. You're pretty much ready to go. You just need to put 2 payments down on the building, depending on the building itself, and then you'd be making that month-to-month payment. Now, every single building is different. For instance, this chicken coop right here, it's going for $3,639. On all of our flyers, we're going to have the information right below the price. You have the size, you have the color, and then you have the rent to own information. So our standard short-term leases go for 36 months. So this chicken coop would be going for $180.68 a month. You would need to pay 2 payments up front, which would be $361.37. And then after that, it would default back to the $180.68 per month. So most of what we do is actually custom buildings and custom draws. And you can do RTO with a custom building. You just need to let us know beforehand, and then we would set you up for that. Now, the best part about RTO is actually the payoff. And how this works, because it's considered a short-term lease, is you would basically get a hold of the shed rental company and you say, hey, I want to pay off my shed. And what they would do is they would take everything you've paid up until that point, and then they would strip out the rental fee, because there's no interest. It's considered a rental fee. And the reason this is good for you, by the way, is because up until that point, from when you started to when you decide to pay it off, you'd be paying a rental fee every month because it's month to month. And then at that point going forward, they would strip out the rest of those rental fees, and all you would pay is the remainder of the principal, for lack of better words, and you'd be done. So you've only paid extra interest or rental fees up until that point. As a matter of fact, most of our customers actually don't continue RTO after about a year. After a year, they decide they want to pay it off, and the only interest they've paid is the month to month up until that point. So at any point in time, you can get a hold of them and ask to pay it off, and then basically you've paid it off and you have a shed. So that's the best part about it, is you don't have to pay extra interest on something for a lot of, I would say, a lot of financial obligations. When you decide to pay something off, the company or the bank is going to charge you all that extra interest on top of what you've already paid. With RTO, not so much. So RTO, is it good for you? Is it something you should do? Really, that's a question only you can answer. The way I look at it is, it's just simply a financial tool. For some people, they don't have thousands of dollars they can throw at a shed, and that's perfectly fine. It's just another way to buy a shed and invest in yourself. It may not be the best tool, it's not the best tool for everyone, but it's a lot better than renting a storage unit. I had a lady that came in the other day, and she was telling me how she'd been renting the storage unit for 20 years. Imagine how much shed you could have bought after 20 years. Most of our RTO programs only go for 36 months. Even after 36 months, even paying a little extra for the shed would be a lot better than renting a storage unit for 20 years. Because in the end, all you're getting with a storage unit is basically your stuff back. You're not getting anything. Now that's a whole lot better than throwing your money away, even if the program isn't the best and you're paying a little bit more than you'd like. It's just a tool. Is the tool good for you? That's only something you can decide. Until then, I hope you all have a very blessed day from here at Montana Shed Center, Ogden.